Sound check, 1, 2.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
I got this abnormal psychology exam to do. I think there's something in there that's going to help me with this time travel.
Well, if you go back to 1985, please take me.
85?
I kind of want to go see Michael J. Fox.
Welcome to the 217 Recovery Podcast, 26th of May, 2020. My name is Corey Winfield. Welcome to the 217 Recovery Podcast. Joining me tonight, very special guest and reoccurring guest is Marnie. Marnie, welcome to the podcast.
Hi there.
Doing well. And we have the new equipment. I think this is it for equipment for the studio for a while.
It's looking good.
Yeah, because we had this arm boom. And if you're going to do a podcast and you want to buy a piece of crap arm boom, I will sell you one. And it's made by Blue. And that's who makes the microphones we use as well. And those are nice. So I assume that everything they make is nice. But no, they're boom arm crap. I mean, it looks cool because like, oh, it'll hide the wires. Then no. But for real, if you want a crappy looking, performing boom arm, then get the Blue one. It's black, but I mean, the company's Blue. Would you agree? I mean, that was a pretty good description.
I completely agree. It was not a very good sell, but it was free, so. Well, you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to. I wouldn't.
No,
even
actually, we wouldn't. Anyone. I wouldn't advise.
Mm-mm.
It's probably just needs to go where it belongs, in the garbage.
Yeah, I think that one that we got is called the Knox.
Yeah, this is awesome. I like this one.
It's like $68 or something. It
makes a world of difference.
I didn't want to say 69 because I know how you get. But yeah, it really does make a world of difference. You know, it's comfortable now. You can move the mic all over. Not really sure it's pointed at you, but you know, you're new at this. I mean, you'll figure it out. You know, where like the actual mic needs to point, but there you go.
I am a quick learner.
Yeah. So today in recovery, today I had to deal with some frustrations, some tense moments, and a big silly moment. Big silly moment. How was your day?
My day was busy. It was really busy.
Was it busy or was it productive?
It was both.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think they kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, I woke up and I made a list.
Whoa.
I know, okay. That's what I said. And I did everything on the list by the end of the day. And it felt really good. And some other stuff too that I wasn't really planning on doing. So
your list is complete?
One tiny little tidbit is still left, but it's more just it's just a kind of a wrap up the major part of the one item on the list.
I'm not gonna knock you for
it's a formality.
Yeah, sometimes you don't complete the list, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fine.
And it felt really good, but it wore me out. Like I think I was mentally fatigued today. That
does actually happen.
I know it does.
Yeah.
It sure does.
You're coming up in just a few days. You're going to have your 9 months.
Yeah, I am.
So big congratulations.
Time flies, for real.
This weekend on the 30th is when you'll have yours. And yeah, congrats early, sort of, but not really.
Yeah.
Not saying congrats.
You can hold on to that. That's okay.
No.
I'm good with it.
And my year and a half's coming up on the 15th next month, but there's some feelings that I've been feeling, and I don't think I really shared them on the podcast the other night, but I did share them on my blog yesterday. How I get afraid sometimes, and it's a new feeling to have so much opportunity and to just trust that God has this plan figured out and to just roll with it and not figure out why that happened or why that didn't happen, but to just trust. I mean, to have absolute faith that God's got this. And I kind of described that in my blog about some of the things that are going on. And that's just like one of the things I was describing in the blog, but there's many of them. And, you know, I just got to say, read the blog and you'll get a better understanding of what I'm talking about being afraid and how I kind of conquered that for a minute. It's a struggle. I'm not used to this. I'm used to, all right, let's go crash and burn now.
Yeah.
And
no, I completely agree with you. I know where you're coming from.
But I don't want to do that this time, though. It's tiring doing that over and over. I just don't want to start over again. I just want to keep this going, moving forward, as I like to say.
Yeah, I think that's like a thing. That's like it's where, well, I mean, I think that you felt that way before, but just didn't realize it when things started really kind of coming together for you.
Mm-hmm.
And where like all of these opportunities were presenting themselves and you were working towards things that, you know, will start out small and have the potential to be huge. And you were like, skirt.
Skeet or squeak?
Yeah,
Oh.
I said skirt. Just like, stop. Warning, I could fail. Don't go any further.
Yes.
Stop trying.
I don't want that blowing up in my face.
Yeah, I could give a huge giant example, but I won't. Anyway,
Oh, you're so bad.
No, it's not bad. It's good. It ended up good. We'll just leave that alone. But no, I mean, I think that they say give people enough rope to hang themselves with, and you know, there's these ways of saying that. You know, that if you set yourself up for something and you're afraid of failing, then you stop trying.
I think it might have something to do with I was doing stuff that I didn't really want to do. There were points where I would have like 4 months, 5 months, or whatever, and I wasn't doing anything I wanted to do. I was going back to school, sure. Yeah, I was 40 years old, 38, 39, 40. I didn't want to go back to school, but I was thinking, I'll go back and I'll be a drug counselor and they'll tell you in early recovery, everybody wants to be a counselor. They want to be a drug counselor. They want to help people because it feels good and they're learning all this stuff and wow, and it's great. And I thought, yeah, me too, but I really want to do it. I'm not like everybody else who, you know, I can drink whatever and be fine. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not like those other people who, you know, just say it. You know, I really am going to do it. But I am just like everybody else. You know, I wanted to do something. I just didn't know what it was. And honestly, could you see me sitting behind a desk listening to people all day? I mean, I could listen to people, but yeah. I don't think so. That's not me. I will not be happy doing that. And it takes a special kind of person to do that. It really does. And I am so grateful that there are people out there that do that. Mm-hmm. But that's just not my road. You know, I don't belong on that road.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. But at the time I was going back to school, I was thinking, this is what I'm going to do. And yeah, I'm going to help people. And I know so much about addiction that I can help people. And yeah, in theory, that sounded good. But deep down, that's not what I wanted to do.
See, but you are helping people. It's just in a different way.
But I'm doing something I want to do.
Right, exactly.
But for the
No,
the
to
road
answer
up.
your question, you didn't let me.
Oh.
Is that I can absolutely not see you in that position of being behind a desk.
I mean, I'm behind a desk right now, but it's cool. It's got
mean.
microphones and stuff.
Right.
In front of it.
Yeah. Taking the therapeutic role, I don't see you doing that in that way. As a and you do great with one-on-one people, but not in that presentation.
Every day,
I don't know if that
every day,
right.
over and over, every day. No, I couldn't do it. You know,
but there's people that love it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Those people, it really does. It takes a special person, just like a nurse, just like an EMT, just like a doctor. You know,
yeah.
I can't do those jobs. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't, you know, or maybe, I mean, hell, let's be honest, I can do anything I want, you know, but I would choose not to do those jobs because I would not prefer that. And I kind of wonder, though, if that's why the self-sabotage, because here I am on the outside, and the family and everybody's, oh, school's going great, huh, Corey? Yeah, sure is. Playing that game with everybody and with myself, when deep down I would really want to say, oh, I don't really know. There's a couple hot chicks in my class, but they could be my daughter, and I hate it. That's what I would really want to say, but instead I'd say, yep, it's good, and just try to sell it along. And I think that had a huge part in those self-sabotages, the fact that I really truly wasn't honest with myself, but I didn't know any other way. And I don't know, not that what I did was wrong. It's just I wasn't doing what I needed to be doing. And I don't know how to tell someone to figure that out. Maybe just go for a walk in the woods and spend some time with yourself. Have real deep conversations with yourself. Get out the pen and pad. Write it down. What do you want in life? What do you want? It's your life. You are living it. If you're not happy with something, well, let's make a plan. Let's change it. How can you change it? Where do you start? Realistic goals. If you don't like your job, I'm not saying go quit it tomorrow because you have bills, but write down, okay, what do you want to do? How are you going to get there? Do you know anybody that can help? There's ways out of that rut. And if that's something that, keeps tripping you up and keeps making you dive back into whatever your drug of choice is, stop, man. Stop and just take a minute and figure that out. That's my only advice to someone like that, because I said I didn't know. I was just going through the motions, and
it's always boggled my mind. I think why people, and I've done it myself, is why people push themselves to do things that they're unhappy with, because at least for me, that set me up for disappointment and discomfort. And if you're not happy doing what you like, if you're not happy in your job, or in your life, then, it's gonna affect everything about what you do on a daily basis. So it's important. That's a huge importance. I mean, you have to tweak it too. I mean, it's for some reason it got you there in the first place. Like for you in school, you love to learn. You know what I mean? And don't tell me that some of those subjects that you took, I mean, you actually enjoyed learning about. I know you did.
I just gave you an eye roll.
I know they could feel that on the other end of the radio. But no, it really, there's a reason why people do what they do. But it gets to a certain point where you really have to kind of, like, is this what I want to do with the rest of my life? Or why is it that I'm doing this in the first place? Is it to make someone else happy? Is this a means to an end? Things like that.
Well, I just didn't have anybody telling me to write things down. I didn't know any other option, and I just wasn't happy and just figured, well, this is going to be me. And I think part of me still had a foot in radio for a long time, thinking, well, I know for a fact, actually, that because that was kind of my plan. I'm like, I'll just do this BS. I'll just do this thing, make everybody happy, go to school, whatever. And then I'll get the perfect radio job will come up. And as funny is because I'd always think, maybe in Traverse City something will come up and I'll apply for that. And I would tell people, and even program directors, there was one time I had this interview. It was probably a month or two before the OWI, and it was in Springfield, Missouri. And it was for the same company that owned the company in Benton Harbor. And I told her, I was like, look, and she called me and was like, hey, I heard about you. I want you to interview you. And I told her, I was like, yeah, I'll never work for that company again. The way you guys run things here. And she was like, oh, no, we're way different. And each set of stations is run different and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a big fan. But I told her that there's only a handful of cities that I would live in, that I would move to. And Traverse City was on that list. And I remember telling her that. And it's so crazy how I've had this urge to move up here for quite a while, and it's I don't know, it's God. It's got to be. I don't know why. I don't really know. I don't know anybody up here. My stepdad's aunt lives up here. I haven't seen her once. I mean, there's no connection for me up here except for the recovery community. And I think that was just God saying, this is